And I asked him one day, like, Dad, why do you leave money on the table? Why don't you just like charge for your time? And he said, Sam, the whole point of business is to leave money on the table, right? Because there's
Mm.
no goodwill, there's no connections, um, there's no extra value when you don't literally leave as much money as possible on the table. Obviously, take what's yours and charge for what you think is fair. But at the end of the day, like the more you leave money on the table, the more people will know, like, and trust you, and the more you'll
Mm.
create what's called V1, which is viral word of mouth. And the more you actually, give out all your playbooks, build goodwill, and that's an example of what I'm doing on Instagram right now. Like I literally don't sell anything, so all my shit's free, and I'm just giving it all out because I understand long term, right? Because my dad taught me this when I was 14 years old. Long term, in 10, 15, 20, 25 years, I'm going to look back and be proud of the fact that I gave away everything for free because now everybody wants to help me, right? And I've got in everybody RIA, results in advance, which you kind of alluded to earlier, where, I've shared all my stuff, a bunch of people got value, everybody got, crazy big Instagram accounts, and all of a sudden, you know, they want to help me. And I have, a big network of people that are able to help me. And does that mean that I'm going to go reach out for help? Maybe at some point. But when I have a big project that I'm working on, whether it's a book I'm launching, course I'm launching, an AI tool we're launching at Martell Media, or like I need to, talk to people to figure out answers to the biggest problems that I have. I now have an army of people that actually want to help me because I've helped them get results without them even paying me in the first place, right? And so I think that's what, my dad taught me when I was younger, which is give more value than you take. And I truly, truly believe that that is what every single big influencer online is doing right now because they understand the power of that.
I love that, man. That's such a good answer. And um, like that, it's a bit counterintuitive because most people watching this, like there's this, scarcity mindset that if I give more, then I like why people are gonna pay me. When in reality,
Yeah.
when you give it all away, that's when people trust you enough to pay you, right? And
Yeah.
as you said, goodwill compounds faster than money. And also, if you don't give it all away, and or you don't, whatever you give away isn't good, then the alternative is that people see your free stuff that is bad and they think that you are bad. And also 99% of the people from your audience is never gonna buy from you. So now all of them know that your stuff sucks and it's not positive viral word of mouth. Now it's
Yeah.
gonna be negative a word of mouth, right? So this is like
Yeah.
super simple to understand, but yet people for some reason have this like belief. But it's so true. Every single time that you just like give, you don't see how, but you always get. And if you just give more than you can ever take, then it's gonna compound so much, and you'll always have more than enough. While you will feel great, you'll attract talent, opportunities, collaborations that you talk about as well. One of the forms of leverage, and you can scale. So it's a big principle, and I love what you are doing on IG. I've noticed and this is a good thing, right? You are following your own advice of being contrarian, doing whatever people are doing the opposite. For example, you don't have a link in bio, right? I don't know now if there's a deeper strategy into this. You have like Ed Dan Martell and stuff, but there's something deep into it that, maybe it is just because like you just don't have anything right now. So that's cool. But that is because when people see that, they think, hey, it's a small thing, but why does he have a link? And I think that builds
Yeah.
that differentiation. So every single time that, people do this, they make money. Caleb gave away his YouTube personal branding course, 6 hours now, like 800K views. He's crushing it.
For free.
And yeah,
Just gave it
that's
away.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that
So
video has
that's
gotten him
awesome.
more clients than any other video that he's ever
Yeah.
posted. His intention wasn't like, hey, I'm going to do this to get clients. His
Yeah.
intention was, I'm going to post this and a bunch of people are going to get value. And then the byproduct of that was a bunch of people wanted to work with him, which is pretty cool.
Right. No, that's I think no matter how simple that advice is, it's just hard to do. So you know, um the key is to do it and to not be scared and to give it away, because every single time when you do, you make money. There was a funny story that happened recently in our community when I was talking to one of our clients. So she's in a very interesting niche. She like it's about dogs and specific health problem that they have. So she posted a YouTube video and it had 80 views, and she made 8 sales out of that 80 views.
That's wild.
So it's
That's insane.
10% conversion. Now it's not high ticket sales, but like 80 views, 8 sales, right? And it also
That's
happened like
insane.
something like 9 views, 1 sale, 45 is one, but like 88. So why am I saying this? It's like when I was talking to her, I said like, okay, what made that video like different? What is the thing? And she said, well, this is a module. This was like a short video from my course that I'm selling. So it's actually a good video. And I said, oh, got it. So like, what if you only make good videos, right? Or what if you give away all of the other? And that was such a big thing because she might be, you know, she might have been like afraid of what if I post this and all my clients get mad or whatever. But like she has 70 modules. So if you give away one, like no one will notice in the first place, and she made sales.
Yeah.
So there's so much like micro proof of this, and obviously macro proof of this as well with the biggest people. So that's super cool.
100%.
That's what we are doubling down now as well, like as a strategy for our company. We literally, and I'm not saying this to self-advertise, but we like, I'm an investor in Skool. We had like many Skool communities, so I've been using it for years. But we just started a new Skool group that we literally are making better than most people's paid groups. And most people's not just random. Like we are giving onboarding calls where we don't pitch. We are giving our courses. I'm personally answering questions to people where like all of them. Anyway, so simply said, why? Because I now look and I say, like, what a more beautiful way to grow, right? We call it like purposeful profit, where you make profit, but you make it in a purposeful way, which is you create more value and you capture a part of it. Because nowadays people like try to learn all the small strategies to get better at extracting more value. And I think it's more about creating more results in advance, as you say. And because what you created is net positive, it's so much easier, like automatically you are going to capture part of it. So you literally win more. So I don't want to sit here and like pretend I'm an angel. I want to just do like, no, we want to make money. I want to get clients. I want to, grow. But that's how you do it. That's you literally, what a beautiful way. You win and you help people, right? And the both, for that both is this. And people are afraid to do it. But the more you do it, like the better results you're going to get. So I think that's huge. Now, talking about this topic, what is actually value? That's what people would ask, right? So what's your definition for that? How do they know, okay, I got it. You convinced me, guys. I'm going to go and do it. How do they know if what they are giving away is actually good?
Yeah, it's going to sound stupid, but I'd say test it first, right? Like if you have a framework and you've tested it on yourself first, that's step one. Then test it on other people, step two. And then give it away for free and see how people react, right? And every single framework that I've created, some of them were good, some of them were decent, some of them were bad. But the ones that are really, really good, like my HIDE framework, Hook, Explain, Illustrate, Teach, like the 4 C's, like, the Peel framework within the YouTube stuff, every single one of those frameworks that I've created that have gone results for myself, for Dan, and for our clients, Martel Media, those frameworks are the ones that I'm going to give away for free the most, right? And so I think a lot of people want to skip to just like creating stuff in a vacuum and not actually test it and then give it away. And they're like, hey, like theoretically, this is how, you should create content. But then they haven't even tested it yet. They haven't even analyzed, all their competitors and what they're doing. And so how I landed on the 4 C's and how I landed on the PL framework, the HIDE framework, like all these frameworks that I share is 100% us testing it in the trenches and then going and sharing it with the world, right? And then, I've gotten DMs in the last 90 days since I started posting all this content where people are actually reaching out to me and saying, Sam, I've implemented the HIDE framework, Hook, Explain, Illustrate, Teach, and that has allowed me to get over 50 million views a month on Instagram or 30 million views a month on Instagram. I had one guy reach out that said he had increased his 90-day views over 200 million views just from using the HIDE framework in his videos. So when I see that, I'm going to talk more about it, right? And all the other frameworks that, I'm not getting a ton of DMs from, I'm going to talk less about it. And I think that's what is truly value, is how much results are your people getting from those frameworks. And if they get results, do more. If they don't, do less.
Now, a lot of these trainings are available for free with all of the templates, AI tools, private feedback for you to be able to implement in your business. And guess what? It's absolutely free. So if you're interested, the link will be down below in the description and you can apply to join there.